Drum roll.
I mean, it appears to be. It showed two things.
Wait, are we live on YouTube? Did we do it?
We are.
Oh, or is it just a black box? Oh, it is working. We're live on
Hey!
YouTube. Hey, this is so exciting. And we're live on Twitch.
Okay, great.
Wow, you guys, it's amazing what can happen when we take a hiatus from the podcast and come back. Sometimes two brains can go together and make two live streams happen at once.
It truly can. There we go. I fixed the title on Twitch at least. It was a real nightmare for me there at the beginning because I wasn't muted on Twitch, so you were on just the slightest delay in my brain twice, and it was terrible.
Oh, nightmare fuel, nightmare fuel. Well, welcome back to the Dropout Drop-In, everybody, hanging out with us live on YouTube and live on Twitch. It's been a minute since we've had an episode out, so we thought let's just do one live, and that way we don't have to get stuck in post edit hell.
That way Liz doesn't have to do any work around this. It just exists already.
And maybe we have a surprise at the end of the half hour. Maybe we're sticking around a little bit longer this time. I don't know if we can say what's happening. Is it public? What's happening?
Yeah, they announced the trailer's coming out today.
You tell the people
the name of the Twitch stream is Gastronaut Season 2 Trailer Party, so the cat's out of the bag for that one.
So we're all going to watch the Gastronauts trailer together in about 40 minutes or so, but we've got about like 10 years worth of news to catch up on until then. Hey, Jordan?
Yes, we haven't talked in a really long time, and we haven't published anything, I think, in even longer.
Well, it's been a wild few months for Dropout. I want to say hey to everyone that's hanging out with us in the chat. I see some folks coming in. Where do we start? There's this incredible season of Game Changer, an incredible season of Dimension 20. We've got Dirty Laundry kicking off. There's so much. Do we even start with Dropout, or do we start with all the other news happening in the Dropout universe?
I mean, I sent you a very, very real down and dirty email of just like, here's a list of the Game Changer episodes from the season. Here's the last, like, I don't know, 6 episodes of VIP that we haven't talked about. Here's my favorite episode of Parlor Room. Anyway, those were my thoughts.
There's a lot. Why don't we start with like the news in the Dropout universe and then work our way into all these incredible shows that have been coming out? Because I feel like Dropout has had such a like season of announcements and change and things happening. The most startling of all maybe being Lou's Trauma Dump show that's been streaming to YouTube every Thursday. Do we start there?
It's over now, right? Like it ended?
Yes. I'm gonna zoom this camera in. Can I? Yeah, there we go. They did kind of like the talkback episode live to YouTube last night.
I have very breaking news. I made a video where I talked about Google being in on the bit for the Brendan Mulligan search. Google just commented on my video, "What bit?"
Google's in the chat.
The Google blue check mark.
I'm so glad we did this episode live with everybody. This is wild. How do you even Google social media manager? Are you in the chat? Are you here with us? That's so crazy. Oh, I love this comment from MCV_Parker_gaming. Hey, it's my favorite Dropout person, and Jordan is here too. That's the first time that comment's ever been written. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, Trauma Dump is wild. The thing I'm most excited about is that because it's ending, people will stop asking me if it's about Game Changer. That's the thing I'm most excited about.
It's true. I do have a question for you. In the talkback last night, Jordan, we got an accidental tidbit that made my mind go into conspiracy world, where Lou said that they had started asking cast to come do this project in early October 2024. What was Dropout shooting end September, early October 2024?
It does. Like, you're not wrong.
Tell the people.
That does seem like we've started 1 year later, and that is a thing that people are. I'm not going to post a picture on TikTok live on Twitch. Wait, not love on.
Oh, you're letting people know that we're all. So it does line up with potentially production of a new season of Game Changer. It's not out of the scope of what that fall timeline looked like at Dropout. So I was totally on the train of this is not a Dropout thing. This is totally just like a project that Lou is doing. And in the talkback, he does kind of explain some of his logic around like how he developed the project and why they went about it the way they did. But when I heard that date, the flag went off in my head. I was like, oh, I do think that this might align with like when Jordan and I were like theorizing they were in pre-production for new Game Changers. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's fully off the table. I'm just gonna say that. Just
I
gonna
think
say
that
that.
yeah. It's it's definitely not fully off the table. It's not it well because nothing ever is now. Sam has broken all of our brains forever. This I mean this week we're recording this the week of Fool's Gold. So like
I know.
everything is possible other than
So if
obviously Brendan Lee Mulligan continuing his work at Dropout. R.I.P.
RIP Brennan era over. Jordan, if anything's possible from Raphael Lost Boy on YouTube, what are the odds of Dropout picking up Colbert Report or something similar?
I don't think there's any way they can afford him.
No,
not
I
only
am.
not only can't afford him, can't afford his 200-person crew.
You know what I do think might be more realistic out of this is not necessarily picking up Stephen Colbert or like an IP around him, but a 200-person crew. That crew is one of the best live production crews working in the industry right now. Like, period, hands down, without a doubt. Like, you want to talk about the top talented people working in reality television and live television and talk show television. Colbert has some of the best in the biz. So, a more realistic thing that I could see like being very exciting. It could be Dropout plucking a handful of those specialty research or specialty comedy writers or producers to like potentially come in and work on new developments specifically, or like act as advisory on some of the existing shows that they're growing. Like we now kind of have a really clear sense of what Dropout's top billing is, which if you guys have been tuning in to the pod since we started it, basically there was always this question of like, what does Dropout see as kind of the premier properties that they're surfacing and trying to push out? And I feel like for the first time, Jordan, we actually know what Dropout considers that lineup to be. It's Game Changer, Make Some Noise, Dimension 20, and then VIP, Smarty Pants, and I think that's it. Those are, I'm sorry, the garbage truck is going and the lawnmower's outside. So if y'all can hear that, we're live, baby. That's just the way it's gonna go today. But like thinking that now they're looking at their shows as a slate, cool time to bring in people that have the experience that the Colbert team does to like contribute into that and help scale and grow.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect. I mean, obviously, I have no insider information. I suspect the reason why it is being canceled in May of 2026 is Colbert negotiated an extra amount of time for his crew because he's going to be fine. He can go anywhere after this. Like it's like
It's true.
HBO, a company like Dropout, but obviously not. Like if he went to YouTube and was like, I want to put on a show, YouTube would be like, here's $1,000,000,000 for you. Same thing with Netflix. If he was like, I'll do a late night show on Netflix, they're like, we've been desperately trying to figure out how.
Yeah.
Please host it.
Yeah.
We want desperately to
yeah.
be into the live TV market.
No, it's true. And I think like there's something really hyper aware if you listen to the way that he talked about the show moving into retirement. I'm trying to be really careful with like using the word cancellation versus retirement because like CBS is trying to really push it that way. And that's a very different thing legally for all of this crew that's going to not have a job anymore. A 10-month runway to get there is more than enough time to go out with a bang and create some of the craziest moments late night television's ever seen. So definitely a shake 'em ups moment, but can Dropout afford Colbert? I'm doubtful.
Yeah. I mean, from what it sounds like, because of the $16 million settlement news, it's people have pieced together that's roughly what Colbert's salary is, which when they're like, hey, look, we're in tight finances, which okay. I don't think they've got 16 million to throw at Colbert to do
Mhm.
something. And
And
then
I do think
all
all
of the
the
crew on
offers that
top
are
of
gonna
that.
be on the table for Colbert, I don't think Dropout's really gonna be the one that is the juicy, enticing one, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe a little make some noise appearance from Colbert, that could be in the cards.
Look,
Who
I've
knows?
seen him play Dungeons and Dragons with Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
There's a connection to be made there. Get him on a D20 season.
Oh
Um,
my god, don't I would
it would be
hyperventilate.
stoked. Yeah.
That'd be
Brian,
too
yes, you
much
could
for a
pull
list.
a Conan 2.0 for the young viewers out there. There was a brief period of time where Conan O'Brien was legally prohibited from being on television.
It's
Also, can
true.
we talk about Jay Leno trying to make like
Oh my
his
god.
like
Mhm.
comeback tour of like his redemption tour? Get out of here, Jay Leno. You screwed two separate people out of Tonight Show hosts. But yeah,
And
Conan O'Brien. I
it's
got
not only that, but it's like, do you think that the audience buying tickets has forgiven you for that?
yeah.
Like,
It's wild. It's wild. But yeah,
yeah.
Conan, after he took over the Tonight Show, Jay Leno took a hosting job an hour and a half before his show, which is wild.
Mhm.
Then
Wild.
took the Tonight Show back, which is even wilder. And Conan was legally prohibited from being on television, which was the name of his comedy, his live show that he took around the country, which then obviously moved into TBS. And then when he was done wanting to be at TBS, now he has his podcast and his travel show. He
Mhm.
seems very happy with the decisions he has made.
And he's making really great content right now in a
Yeah.
way that a late night show cannot allow you to make content because you're so constricted by your time slots on a show and the format of the show. So, one thing I appreciate about our show, Jordan, is the fact that we're on the same page about this kind of thing and the way that we like reality television, talk show television. Because you brought up Dimension 20, we have to talk about Pappy and what the fuck is happening on Cloudward Ho this
Yeah.
season because
It's
I have a headline, but I would love to know your thoughts before I get into it.
Well, I am current on Cloudbird Ho. I haven't seen 2 weeks of adventuring parties because I skipped them to make sure that I was current, so that in case
Can we get some
anyone wanted.
applause in the chat for Jordan
Yeah,
finally being caught up on Dimension 20? This is huge for
it's
me
huge for me.
specifically.
Yeah,
Hold on one
it's
second. I gotta fix my chair here. Okay,
okay.
keep going. Keep going.
It's such a fun season. It's
Yeah.
so silly. The battle
Sorry for
sets
the
are
there we
next
go.
level, of course. But yes,
Mhm.
Zach Oyama, just absolutely one of the funniest human beings alive.
Yeah, he's
Um,
devouring. He's I'm gonna say something really brave. Okay. And if this isolates people, then like I understand. Okay. You know that I was furious that we were not getting Starstruck Odyssey season 2.
yeah,
It was a really bad blow for me. I was like fully convinced we were getting Stotty. I still really want to see that season. However, I do think that Pappy is the character that Skip like dreamed of being in Stotty season 1 in ways that makes me so happy that they did this before they tried to return to that universe.
yeah. I mean, I don't have any issues with your argument here.
Okay, I thought the live was gonna end. I thought I was gonna be booted out.
I look, if as a bit I would love to do it, it could fully break everything
It's
that we
true.
took
It's
20
true.
minutes to set up.
We
So
cannot touch anything until we're
no,
done the show.
no.
But no, it is. I think, and I feel like we've been saying this, but like, I still don't think that means it's not true. Like every season of Dimension 20 in the past year has been the best season of Dimension 20. Like the scale that they're growing
Mhm.
every season with the performances that are getting sharper and sharper and sharper. I mean, gentlemen, fisting is a part of this season.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, Murph is playing truly next level antagonist to the rest of the party that I love so much.
Mhm.
And obviously, like if we're gonna talk about like each season has progressively gotten better, we should talk about now the best season of Dimension 20 on a bus, the best season we have ever gotten.
I know people are trying to ship Lint and Blue M&M, but the
R.I.P.
toy soldier
R.I.P. Blue
erasure
M&M.
that's been happening is
Yeah,
just I can't stand for it anymore.
no,
I just can't.
It's Linton Army Man all the way for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. See, you're a reasonable person, Jordan. I knew that we'd be on the same page about
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
Um,
I love so much everything about that video. Most of all, there is simply no way Katie understood. I desperately want to know who told her to say air,
mm,
because there is
mhm.
no way that was her idea, nor did she understand what was happening.
Had to be Carlos. It had to be. Um, I do think that it's incredible that it is a a fact and not an opinion that Katie Maravich is the best dragon master that's ever been on Dimension 20.
That is a fact that it cannot be
That is a
argued.
fact.
Julia Stark is in the chat. Julia, when are we going to get our Dimension 20 on a bus fan art? Let's go. Come on.
Can we talk about Julia like absolutely devouring the cloud word
Oh,
hoe anytime there's
really?
like a and what would the cover look like or what would this oh my god, when are
Yeah,
they hiring you?
Julia, not only the cover was incredible, but then like that devastating Emily moment of just
Mm,
Emily turning on that emotionality, like being able to come up like
yeah.
I saw the picture so fast, Julia. You worked too fast. That's the thing.
Currently doing it,
Great,
exactly.
great,
Oh,
great.
so good, so good. Um,
Um,
I hope you get to interview Katie again soon. When was the last time you got to talk to Katie, Jordan? I think we both
like
got to chat with Katie during the,
I talked to
Bridger
Katie like a
the
week and a half ago,
Oh, yeah, you
unfortunately.
did.
It
You
was her and
did.
Tamar talking about they're making a movie together that's like a more like a horror
Mhm.
comedy Drop Dead Fred, which is fantastic. Um,
And
yeah,
their, shows at Dynasty Typewriter, you can, like, buy live stream tickets for no matter where you live if you wanna find a
yeah,
way to support them.
they did a monster live stream show that I know is
Mhm.
still available. It had
Yeah,
I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and watch any of it yet, but there was like a Vic and Tamar Q&A and never before seen clips from VIP. So
incredible.
I have
So
not had a
good.
chance to watch yet, but I'm sure they're great.
It's yeah, I'm very excited to see what tomorrow and Katie are gonna cook up together. Katie's as is I feel like this is well in the realm of like things known about this show. Like we both think Katie Maravich is an absolute genius and should get greenlit for whatever she desires in this
Yeah,
world. Just
yeah.
the greatest. Let's there's so much we have to talk about. And we have 20 minutes until the Gastronauts trailer drops. So let's get into Game Changer next because I think we have to I mean, there I don't even know where to
Easily
start with
best
this
season of
season
Game Changer yet. Like not even
by a
close.
landslide.
Yeah. The level of because like I someone in a Facebook group I'm in recently posted like a screenshot of Sam's standing behind the podium from I think the lie detector episode from the first season of Game
Mhm.
Changer, and it is just like it is a hand painted like just like you can see the brushstrokes podium versus what is now. And I was like, I mean, just going from 6 to 7 is a monumental difference. Like, forget
Mhm.
1 to 7, like 6 to
Yeah.
7 is like they built a comedy club. They built like they had to build an entire extra portion of the stage, let alone the different stage for like drinking
Yes.
game. Like it's wild.
It
Yeah,
is wild, and I think, like, as I've been watching the season, there's been a couple things that we've talked about on this pod that I feel like we're finally seeing from Game Changer. One is, like, we've said, like, every season of Game Changer is, like, improving so dramatically, but one thing specifically was, like, when you're looking at these episodes individually and you're saying, like, which episode is the episode that you can kind of put on a platter and give to people that don't know Dropout and don't know Game Changer, and like you're trying to get them to invite in to the show. This season of Game Changer, you could take any episode and do that. And I don't think that's true of any other season. Like they really are crafting every individual episode to live on its own without like this huge need for like the lore of Dropout and like the connections to past seasons. Like if you have those things, they're better. But I've found this the least gatekeepy, most doors open season of Game Changer, matched with the production value, the new set, like everything firing on all cylinders. And I think that like that nuance is part of why this season's hitting so hard because it's not like um there has not been an episode that feels like you can compare it to another episode. They're all different fruit in a
yeah.
fruit basket. They're all different things entirely. that's really key for them selling that, like, every episode is different. Like, that's the promise of Game Changer. This season found a way to, like, twist that just a little bit more, and I'm
We
like,
still have
"Thank God they finally landed it."
2 more episodes. I'm so excited. A bunch of people thought the Fool's Gold was going to be the finale. I don't know
No.
why, but yeah, no, we got 2 more episodes left. Um, and yes, Bryn just asked in the chat. This is award nominations will be for the next year's Emmys if they are to get an Emmy
Yeah,
for this season of Game Changer. But yeah, it's. I mean, Roulette is I think Roulette's the funniest episode of Game Changer,
yeah,
hands down.
yeah.
I think 1 Year Later is a better game, but, like,
Yep,
I think
I
1
agree
Year
with
Later
that.
and Escape the Green Room are better episodes, but not funnier. There is nothing funnier than Roulette. Roulette destroyed me. And I've said
Yeah,
this elsewhere, but like my wife is a crossword puzzle person, and like she put her crossword puzzle down to watch the episode, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
something special is happening. Like this is
Same thing happened in my house. It was like that was one episode where everything stopped and there was no distraction. And it also played into the talents of Oscar, Anna, and Jeremy and like how much range they have as individuals. And that was also really important for me. So you don't get that in every episode of Game Changer. That's not always the point of a Game Changer episode. But in that episode, it really felt like a way for Drop It to say, like, you want to see comedians really show and strut their stuff. And then you match that with, and we can talk about this because I know that you've got some scoop around this new show with like having stand-up comedy at the forefront. Like
yeah.
again, it's like they took that premise and then did it with a different kind of comedian and created what's now a brand new show. But why
Yep.
don't you share kind of where you're the one that had the big scoop?
I didn't have a big scoop.
I feel
I
like you
just
got a big scoop.
No, it was in an interview. It was in a Sam interview where he just like casually mentioned, I think was Vulture, maybe. Was just like
Yeah.
casually mentioned, like, yeah, we all knew crowd control was coming because Sam very clearly was just like, yeah, it's obviously coming. But there was like a Vulture interview where Sam was like, and Jaquise is the host, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. And I had already been like chatting with Jaquise about like doing an interview about his Texas tour, and so yeah, we got to talk a bit. I talked to Jaquise a bit about like the format of the show, and you know he's really excited for people to see it because they shot it after obviously that first episode filmed
Yeah.
but before it aired. Like they were so confident in the format that they're just like, just make a just make a whole season. um
Genius.
yeah,
Genius.
and he didn't tell me any of the comedians, but said we would be surprised by some of them, and like basically like that they got big names like across the country, big names,
I
not
love
just
it.
like LA folk.
That's so
So
exciting. This
yeah,
is so great. This has been a stream for Dropout that I've wanted to see outside of Dropout Presents. Hooray, they're doing
yes,
it.
yeah.
Um, oh my God, this is my disclaimer that I'm still getting over an injury. My brain is a little foggy still, so my thoughts are coming and leaving quickly, but I will find it again. Um,
Anna
oh,
Garcia is the funniest human being alive. Chat. Yes, you are correct.
correct. That
Yeah.
is absolutely a fact. No, absolutely no debate here. There we go. Riverside's giving me all kinds of fun things over here. Um, we should talk about what is happening with the CAA of it all because
Oh
that's been
yes, yeah.
a
You
huge
understand this way
conversation.
more than I do. I just sent you the link. That was
It's
my
true.
contribution to it.
And I really want to talk to the person who thought dropping this at the same time as the Game Changer episode that we had to watch the moment it dropped. I want to talk to that person that dropped both those things at the same time because they really made my Monday night hell, but in a good way. I did not, I come from the world of industry, and this was a moment where I made that video and I did not fully recognize the gap in people not knowing what CAA is or
Mhm.
was. So I do want to
It's not a
apologize for that because
Canadian car company. Is that what you
it's
guys
not
have?
Canadian Automobile Association, which
Yes.
I listen. I just want to say CAA has saved my ass so many times up here when my car is broken down. So like, if they wanted to work with Drop It, if they want to work with me, I'm very happy to work with them. But we're talking about the Creative
Creative.
Artist Agency,
Yeah.
which is in the world of entertainment. There's many different agencies, talent agencies that you as a talent can get representation from. But if we're looking at like who are the main players who are like the biggest agencies in entertainment in North America. CAA is one of the biggest, the most well-known representation houses. And what does it like mean to be represented? Like it can mean all kinds of different things. What it doesn't mean is that all of the talents, the comedians, the actors that you see on Dropout shows are now working with CAA. Some of them might be signed by CAA, but that's not what happened here. Dropout as like a business entity, as a brand, got signed to CAA, and so did Mythical. And it was announced 4 days apart. Mythical got announced first, and then Dropout was announced. And what can I say about what I know about all of this? CAA.
I can say, if you want some
Okay, go ahead.
context for CAA's status in Hollywood, their building is nicknamed the Death Star. So that's who they are. They're
really
the
key,
big
isn't
guns,
it?
gang. They're the big ones.
No, I'm really glad that that's how you're framing that, because I think that that's very, very accurate. And I think
That's not.
yeah,
I didn't come up with that. That is genuinely what people call
no,
the
it's
CAA
true. I'm
building.
glad you're bringing it up, because it's yeah. I have heard, and I know, and if you do some Googling around like CAA this year, and kind of like new people that have come into the fold at CAA, there are people that are absolutely looking at like the digital streaming space and recognizing the untapped or undertapped value that a streamer like Mythical, a streamer like Dropout has and can bring. Which is really cool, because we've all been, on the internet for a long time, very loudly shouting that like, Mythical and Dropout and Smosh and Try Guys are making TV quality content that, and even you look at things like Hot Ones, Chicken Shop Date, like all these IPs that Michelle Carr, that's her name, right? She has a show as well that's incredible. These are all really great shows that deserve to be on a same level in industry as what, like Peacock, HBO. I'm trying to think of all the American ones here, but in Canada, we have like Crave, we have CBC. Like we're trying to level the playing field for all these people, right? So
but
having
specifically not Paramount Plus. That's a thumbs down.
Yeah, well, we will leave them to the side in this conversation here, but yeah, so essentially CAA is like looking at this market and realizing like, in terms of revenue, in terms of audience size, it's all comparable to what's happening, and in some case outperforming like these traditional media models. And representing the brand basically means growth, right? So like I can't speak to what's happening in the Mythical or Dropout deals, because those details haven't been released beyond like what was in the video, but essentially being signed as like as a brand entity, as like a company to CAA, means that like Dropout's now going to have help negotiating deals, negotiating talent coming into play, building out revenue streams like touring and live shows and merchandise. It means that in essence, and without me like trying to overspeak for a deal I don't know, like Dropout now has a whole team of people working with them to make all these things happen alongside and outside of the shows that we're watching. And that's a really, really good thing, because when you're growing to the scale that Dropout is, and we've heard over the past few years how much revenue Dropout's making, you can afford to have help like that can say like, hey, you guys keep making the Game Changer show. You created a Dropout improv live model. Like, we're going to help you figure out how to scale that to be like, and again, I'm making this up because I don't know, but like, a regular touring show around the world. Or we're going to figure out how to like, I don't know. Dropout Con. Like, these are all things that a management company could kind of help you make business decisions out of and scale while you're focusing on other things. What I can say is, up here in Canada, I'm signed to a talent management company as like a brand and as a person, as producer Liz. And the things that I get out of my deal is like, I get a lot of support. I have people that will negotiate on my behalf. I have people to like think about growth and like plan and map for growth with. And it's really helpful as a creative, because it means that like, every year I go to Toronto Film Festival, and I have people that will help me figure out like, hey, if you're going to Toronto Film Festival, like what are some fun things we can do? And like, how can we like think about this in a really strategic way? That helps me make things for all of you and continue to like do the Dropout podcast and all these things, so that I have more brains on deck.
Speaking of, so Julia wanted to know what it was like being in the same room as Chad Michael Murray. I almost said Mick Murray, and I was like, wait, that's not right.
I'm so glad you asked. Well, okay, it's a good time to plug for those of you that don't know on this YouTube page. If you're on my YouTube, there is an episode that we recorded an hour after we left the event. So if you want the live reaction to meeting Chad Michael Murray, it's on YouTube. You can see I'm like flustered. I still got the outfit on. We talked about the whole thing in great detail. It was wild. Meeting Chad was fun because we've had a lot of I've met him many times over the years, some in professional capacities working on set, doing the Juicy Tubes campaign in May. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see I did a whole video like spoofing a Cinderella story with Juicy Tubes, which I love. Where are my Juicy Tubes? I still wear them. If you want to know if a brand deal is authentic, I'm literally wearing it right now. So when I met him, it was just really funny because there were all these contexts that we knew each other in, but it was like, he meets a bazillion blonde girls a day. And I was like, these are all the reasons why we've met. And he was like, oh my God, yeah, of course. And it was just very funny, but he's genuinely very, very sweet. And I'm excited for Freakier Friday. I hope that he gets to do some press. I'm like, everyone manifests that I get a nice little sit down with him. That would be so fun.
Bryn asked Dropout Con hosted by Jordan Brown. This
Let's
is a good time.
that.
Yeah. This is a good time to mention because we haven't spoken since I did my Sam interview. I got to go to Dropout Studios. It was me and Sam alone in the building. Not terrifying at all.
That's so crazy. How did we not even start there? I feel like it's been so long since we've sat down with all of you. Okay, Jordan. Yes. How are you still breathing? First and foremost.
Yeah, it was wild. It was very funny when I posted about it. When I posted the trailer, people were like, "You didn't tell Liz," and you were like, "Who do you think told them to get that microphone?"
It's true.
But yeah, like we know, like from the interview, Sam talked about that, like they are operating at 3 times the like revenue that College Humor was doing in their best years. We also, I think this is the first time anyone has ever, like, we knew profit sharing was a thing. I didn't know it went literally down to cleaning staff of the building is in on profit sharing.
Amazing.
Yeah, so amazing. And when I asked Sam about Dropout Con, he had not given it a moment's thought since the last time I asked him about Dropout Con last spring. So that's where we're at with that.
I was so impressed with your interview with Sam, Jordan. I think like you were so uniquely qualified to have a conversation like that with him. And when you, when you as in like us all in the world are like reading these interviews with Sam and podcasts that he does, and then the questions that you go in asking, knowing that like there's a baseline that people that are like aware or getting into Dropout ask, and like being so deep in the lore, it's just so cool to see some of the answers you got out of him. And I'm so glad that he agreed to do that. And was great in the promo video. Also, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, that was post interview. I was like, hey, you want to do a bit with me real quick? And he was game for it.
So good.
It was very exciting. I got to use the bathroom in the green room. Just a dream. And I said, like, I was like, am I going to be locked in? He's like, only one way to find out.
He appears with like a bunch of magic cards and a top hat. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was super fun. One of my absolute favorite moments in the interview is Sam saying to me, "You don't have notes," as he realizes that like we're maybe 20 minutes in or something, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need notes. Like I had written down a bunch of stuff that I wanted. Like I had done like my due diligence. I was like, no, I got this is in here. Like I'm ready.
There's no world where Jordan's questions are not just burned into the front of your brain. Like, oh, that's so funny. That's so good.
It was very fun.
I'm so happy for you.
If folks haven't seen it, it'll be out on my YouTube in probably like a month, I would guess.
Exciting.
It's because I don't do the math. I guess I could go do the math. I don't wanna.
Soon. It'll be on YouTube soon. Yeah.
Yes. It was super fun. But yes.
We are 5 minutes away from the Gastronauts trailer dropping. We're gonna
indeed.
I'm going in completely blind. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've watched it already. I have a draft in my TikToks folder ready to go.
Did we get the press release? Yes. And I said, I'm just, y'all know, Jordan Myrick is one of my favorite humans on the planet, period. My interview with Jordan for season 1 was so much fun. I was so sick when I did that interview, and I watch it back and all I can hear is how sick I was in my voice. So anyway, I'm a huge fan. I'm so happy that we're going to get the trailer. We're all going to get to watch it together. In the few minutes we have before we go, do you want to talk about the Emmys quickly? because I feel like we should talk about this, but I also
Yeah.
feel like if you guys have listened to the podcast before, there's nothing really to say that we haven't said
I
in
think we talked about it
past.
on a pod that there was simply we either talked about it on a pod or we talked about it privately. There was a there and I saw an article about it that was basically the same conclusion of VIP doesn't have a home because it can't compete against a Colbert. It's not a
No,
talk show.
no.
But there is no like, hey, what if we did a wild improv game for 30 minutes? Like that category doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's an odd one, right? Like there's a lot of talk this year about Emmys categories needing to be revisited
Yeah.
across the board, including in like your scripted, like those big categories. Best comedy series, best drama, The Bear is not a comedy. Like, across the board, these are conversations happening. Um, the thing that I do want to say that it's probably stuff that you've heard us say before, but to me it's like slightly different this time. I really enjoyed seeing the campaign that they ran this time because you
Mhm.
could see how this year's Emmys run was a building block on top of what they started last year. And last year on the podcast, we were saying like that 2024 was not 2023 technically. 2023 was not Dropout's year to win an Emmy. Like maybe there was some a shining like that it could have been game changer, but that wasn't the year. So what was the point of running an Emmys campaign? It was to get to this year and see a year of press, a year of building relationships, a year of promotion and trying to sink your claws into the industry and kind of build a ground for yourself. And seeing that work pay off. And then we saw things like the VIP wrap that went over some of the
Mhm.
trades. And there was just like some really fabulous choices that really aligned with, how a traditional campaign runs for an Emmy. That doesn't happen without like all the work that happened over the past couple of years to get here. So, like again, I think it's a swing. It's not a swing and a mess. It's a swing to be able to swing again next year. And if people are like, "Oh my god, the Emmys doesn't like take Dropout seriously," like anything like that, it's another year where no YouTubers got
Right.
nominations. Like
Yeah.
I was more shocked that Hot Ones didn't get a nomination this year than anything else. I thought maybe that would have been the one to kind of break in. But Hot Ones, Chicken Shop Date, Mythical, like all of these new age digital shows need like to continue to work together to push. And they are. We know that. We know YouTube's trying to lobby around these things too.
Mhm.
And so it's not a Dropout problem. Dropout's like swinging everything that they can into this. It's like industry allowing new
Yeah.
media in kind of vibe.
All right. We
Wah,
have
wah.
agreed everything you just said. We have 55 seconds until the trailer.
Okay.
I would like you to guess what you think Emily Axford's request is.
Oh.
Get as
Okay.
wild as you can think, and you aren't going to be close.
I think she wants something that's like a very extreme flavor in a very extreme way. So like something that's like super sour, like in the shape of like a character or something. Like something that's like it's a combination of something that tastes crazy and looks crazy.
I love where your head is at. Not even remotely close. I'll hit play here. We got 20 seconds.
Okay.
I will say, I believe hers is the only one. No. There's a Katie Maravich one as well. There's a Katie Maravich full
Oh, I
most of the
know
trailer.
Katie's gonna destroy me. This is great news.
Yeah.
I'm really thrilled by this.
All right, we got 3, a 2, a 1.
10, 9, 8, 7,
It looks so
6,
good.
5,
Oh man, Chris is not finishing this.
1.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Should be lighting stuff on fire more.
Hey chefs, I'm challenging you to make me a meal of crumbs served in a man's beard.
What kind of Stuart little ass?
Make a dish with a puzzle incorporated.
Make me a forbidden food dish that hopefully will not kill us all.
Make the blandest meal you can imagine, but
Yeah.
still make it good.
Astronauts, you have 30 minutes starting now! Wow.
Whoa!
It's one big one. I can't.
Yeah, all this is trash.
I have to enforce the challenge or else I'll lose my job.
Perfectly salami.
Make me feel like I'm in an Italian restaurant.
What type of fish is this?
That's chicken.
Well, I guess the joke's on me.
Hurry, put a cookie on your plate.
Hands up.
Let's get up and dance. Get up and dance.
Yeah, this is a one-way ticket straight to hell, and I'm excited to go there with all of you.
Nice. Yes. Yes.
August 15th is yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's August 15th. I know that's coming.
Oh my god.
I love
Emily
everything.
wants a meal of crumbs served on a man's beard.
Yeah. All right. We are sharing this tab, right? You guys ready? You guys ready? Oh, did it not? Oh, hold on. I gotta
We're ready.
I gotta share this tab instead. There you go, gang. There you go. A Kate Elliott picture. Allie has the correct reaction to this.
That
Ooh.
put it in the Louvre. Put it in the Louvre immediately. Wow.
Look, you can see why after watching the trailer, I could only remember that Emily's was the one that they like said the words in like what the thing was going
Beautiful,
to be.
genius, magic. Can't live without it now that I know it exists.
Like I said.
Okay.
Which there's also a stop. There's also a stop button
Are we
there.
back on Twitch?
I don't know. Probably not. Oh Lord.
I think we're still okay on YouTube. Are you guys still with us on YouTube? Can someone comment? I think we're still on YouTube.
We
Or
are
no, we're
back on
not.
Twitch. We're back on Twitch for sure.
Hold on. We're back on Twitch for sure.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
For my Twitch folks, I meant to hit stop
I think we're back.
sharing,
I think
and
we're
I
still
just
on
hit
YouTube.
stop.
I think YouTube is fine.
Great. Anyway,
Hold on.
YouTube. I think YouTube's
Yeah.
fine.
YouTube's
Great.
fine. Great. Okay, we're fine. So what just happened was Jordan stopped the stream and
I wanted to
restarted
stop
it.
sharing instead. I hit stop the stream.
It's all good. Well, it's also good to know now that when we do want to stop
We
the
do
stream,
wanna stop the stream.
eventually, we gotta.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to do more things to make it stop on YouTube because YouTube is completely fine.
Yeah. But we can watch it again, of course, as we always do. But first thoughts: Emily Axford is a demented demon sent from hell. What in the world is a meal of crumbs served in a man's beard? Why I just like it's so crazy.
The way her mind works,
Yeah.
she's one of the brightest thinkers of our time.
Yep.
Truly, without a doubt.
I think based on a little bit from the trailer, but also Kate Elliott's pictures that we got to see, I think Allie's challenge is let me in the kitchen to cook with you, which is
way.
so much fun. Like there are several pictures of Allie doing things with the chefs. So
Oh my god,
that's
incredible.
And then Kimia's appears to be make a food that is taller than you. Because she is we have a Kate Elliott
Beautiful.
picture where she is standing next to like a tower of like a skewer tower that is taller than her.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's genius. I love this show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
I think one of our criticisms of season 1 was that if I'm remembering correctly, we felt like the balance between the comedy and the professionalism of the food they hadn't quite found the right level of that. I think one choice that we can see in season 2 that's really going to help that is it looks like all of the chefs are coming back, or like a lot of the chefs we're seeing this season are people that were on season 1. So I think building the familiarity of the vibe with the chefs so they know what they're walking into and they can play into it in the right way. Like the chefs were never the issue in season 1, but that was a good choice to like keep things as continuous as they could. You can also tell from the way they cut that trailer that Jordan has got the reins on the comedy and the tone of the show in a way that like I felt Jordan was very strong in season 1, but any season 1 of any show, it's going to be like a test to see like what is the dynamic of all these moving parts. And I feel like Jordan's being cut loose a little bit to be like, no, you like get in there and set the tone and like hold it all together. And that is really what the show needs to stand on. So I think it looks already like it's all going to come together in a really cool way.
Yes, Morgan in the chat just said, I feel like they could have 10 to 15 more minutes per dish. I don't know if you mean cooking them or watching them make them, but I feel like we will get longer episodes based on Game Changer, Smarty Pants, and Parlor Room. Dropout is not shying away from longer episodes of television.
I think it was about the actual 30-minute time.
If it is about the 30-minute time, they clearly still have 30 minutes. But
yeah. I'm curious to see, like, there were some things last season, like we noticed that all of the cookware really needed upgrade because there was stuff breaking, people getting injured because the cookware wasn't like top shelf stuff for these professional chefs to be working with. Yes. That also changes what happens in a 30-minute time span. I'm curious like what pre-prep may or may not exist in a show like this to help people get to a result faster. But also like the challenges being as wacky as they possibly can.
Yep.
And leaning as far into wacky as they can makes sense to me versus like, you know, Brennan's challenge was like the heaviest dish. Like to me, that always struck me as like something that didn't quite fit. Like it's hard to say Brennan didn't get the assignment, but I honestly felt like that challenge was tough because it was like, it's really hard to compare something like the heaviest dish to like, I don't remember what exactly the other two prompts were on that episode, but something wacky like crumbs out of a man's beard.
Izzy's was like use butter, I believe.
Yeah.
Like it was very straightforward. Based on the trailer, we should watch it again. But my guess is that Angela's is another wearable food challenge.
Great.
Which is very exciting. But yeah, we should watch it again. Yes, Abria's rule of Dropout: ask until they say no. A great rule of thumb. All right.
9, 8, 7,
It looks so good.
Oh
Man, Chris is not finishing this.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Should be lighting stuff on fire more.
Hey chefs, I'm challenging you to make me a meal of crumbs served in a man's beard.
What kind of Stuart Little ass?
Make a dish with a puzzle incorporated.
Make me a forbidden food dish that hopefully will not kill us all.
Make the blandest meal you can imagine, but still make it good.
Astronauts, you have 30 minutes starting now!
Wow.
Whoa!
That's different cookware. Like different pans.
It's one big one. I can't.
Yeah, all this is trash.
I have to enforce the challenge or
Allie
else I'll
in the
lose
kitchen.
my job.
Perfectly salami.
Make me feel like I'm in an Italian restaurant.
What type of fish is this?
That's chicken.
Well, I guess the joke's on me.
Hurry, put a cookie on your plate.
Hands up.
Yeah.
Get up and dance. Get up and dance. Yeah, this is a one-way ticket straight to hell, and I'm excited to go there with all of you.
That
So good.
font is so... Any One Direction fans in the chat, because that font was a huge part of One Direction culture back in the day, and that's really going to mess with me this season if they keep it. Just a little sidebar.
Yes. Someone asked, I'm double checking because I definitely have the picture. And of course, it's not going to open for me. It is, it's Becca, Seffi, and Erica are the three at that thing.
Good.
This
is really exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I also I love the Erica's like make a forbidden dish that doesn't kill us. That's very, very fun. It's a lot of very fun. Like I said, you get you saw Allie in the kitchen.
Yeah,
that has to be the challenge that Allie has laid out. They have to be like, let me come cook with you.
For sure. And that also aligns with the video that just dropped of Allie and Siobhan and Brennan and Zach cooking in the
the Epicurious.
Yeah.
video. Really good, really fun. Love an ally. I've been gay for a long time. they make whipped cream.
Absolutely. I'm excited that Lunel is back. I think that's excellent. I'm excited that Cameron Esposito is going to come on this season. I'm really excited that Cameron's like just bridging into a Dropout regular across the shows. I think Cameron's also going to be on the season of Dirty Laundry, which is really exciting. I think Dirty Laundry, we should chat about quickly before we go here. Like that season opener, I think is the strongest season opener we've had.
Yeah, more Emily madness. Absolutely bonkers. And yeah, such a strong start. My God, the Sam Reich pixelated display over was so funny. So funny. Yeah, a great first episode. And yeah, the
really do executive
set,
producer, and you can see it in just about every aspect.
Yes,
so good.
Yeah. Dropout firing on all cylinders.
Firing on all cylinders. So we're gonna get through 2 more episodes of Game Changer into Gastronauts. We have Dimension 20 Cloudward Ho continuing on for another few
We're not
months.
even at the halfway point.
We're not even at the halfway point.
They have promised us a what's it called? A mid-season recap video, which I'm excited for.
I'm very excited for.
Because it's a lore-heavy season.
It sure is. We should do a whole live just about when that drops. We should do a live just recapping the first half of the season. We have the Parlor Room season wrap is on the way. I think we're getting close to the end of Parlor Room.
Did you watch Beyond Balderdash?
Did I?
So funny.
It's fantastic.
I love like as they are slowly progressing into just like absolute giggly madness by the end of that episode. It is such a delight to watch. Like starts so strong and then it just it's Swamp that does it. But like when they like Swamp hits and it is just a rocket into madness.
Y'all, if you saw my interview with Becca, you know, I told Becca off the top, you are the most qualified host on any Dropout show, period. Yep. And as we go through Parlor Room, I just continue to feel like that is the most accurate way to describe this show.
We are getting, and also, Kyle, we are getting a Blood on the Clock Tower episode. That is the Chris Grace episode. That one is coming. I don't know if that's the finale or not, but
the oh my God, the one shot episode with Brennan,
Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Persephone. Yes, unreal.
Yeah,
unreal.
Yep,
very fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting to get to see them do something outside of D20 that allows for exploring systems like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
And great to see Brennan do a one shot before he leaves to pursue his dream.
Oh, Cal was clarifying that Farkle and Blood on the Clock Tower are both coming to. We have 2 more episodes at least of
Parlor Room. 2 more episodes.
Because those games have not been played yet. Thank you, Cal. Yes. We love to see. We love it all. We love to see Brennan playing a mommy. Who doesn't love it? Yeah.
I think this fall season of Dropout's gonna be quite strong.
Yes.
It's tough to see Game Changer come off the table. It's exciting to see shows get their legs under them. Like Smarty Pants is firing on all cylinders. Gastronauts, the upgrade that we needed. It's good. It's a good time to be.
Make some noise to be back at some point. And per my Sam interview, we got new shows coming this fall.
And more Dropout Presents being filmed. Yes. I have been Demi Does a Backflip's #1 campaign co-chair. And I don't know if they actually recorded it yet, but I know that they were promoting that they're going to record it. And it is the funniest show I saw at Fringe. Did I see many shows? No, I was there for 24 hours, but that show was unbelievable. Thank God it's coming to Dropout Presents because it's a freaking treat.
Absolutely. Cannot wait. All right.
What do you have coming up, Jordan, that people should know about?
An interview with Willa Leach dropped on my Patreon today. We talked about she is the lead carpenter for Game Changer. Speaking of the expansion of Game Changer, she built the wheel. Like not like the reason the wheel spun is because of Willa Leach. I have that. I talked to Super Dylan. I'm talking to some folks from Tabletop Tunes, and I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, I'm gonna talk to Roll for Sandwich like next week, and we're gonna talk about his new cookbook.
Oh my god,
what a
I
delight!
love Roll for Sandwich. Yay!
Yeah.
Do you
What do
know?
you?
I'm gonna
What do you
just
have
fully
coming
talk
up?
shop. I'm gonna talk shop above the table with you. Do you know Dan on TikTok and he made the story bake TTRPG?
Yes, I know Dan. Yes.
It's unreal. We're gonna play it for my birthday next week. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, get on TikTok and go look up. Is his handle Dan the Baker?
Yes.
They're incredible.
They are
Like,
incredible.
you have to go find this and get it, because if you want a campaign you can play where you're baking treats along the way, and all the recipes can also be converted to gluten-free. Like, it's so great. Anyway, I'm excited about that because we're going to play that for my birthday, which is thrilling.
Love that for you. I was just texting Dan to let them know that you are playing it for their birthday, for your birthday.
I'm very excited.
Very
about
fun. Dan in my phone is Dan Baker. That is not their last name.
No, but in fact is a baker. Incredible. What's going on with me? I've got an interview with Simple Plan dropping, which is really exciting. Any Simple Plan fans in the crowd? We're gearing up for Toronto International Film Festival. It's the 50th year of the festival. It's going to be an absolute madhouse. That's coming up in September, and I've got like an ungodly amount of interviews coming between now and then with like all of your favorite people from TV, film, music. Like, it's insane that I got injured with the amount of editing I have to do. And now all I'm doing with my life is editing, and it's also my birthday. So if you're not subscribed to the Dropout Drop-In, that's a great gift to give Jordan and I. You can follow on Twitch, follow on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts, we're hanging out. And thanks for tuning in again, because it's been a minute since we've had time.
I'm going to be at Gen Con. I'm going to be on a panel Sunday at 11 a.m. where we're talking about the fundraising that we did for Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders. It's very exciting. So
it's very exciting. Okay, so maybe you'll see some folks at Gen Con, and I will not be feeling FOMO at all as I see it all unfold on the internet. I will be cheering you all on. It'll be great. This was so fun. We'll be back to do another episode. Maybe we'll just keep doing them live like this so we can all hang out and chat together.
Yeah.
Let's say bye and then stay on while we figure out how to turn off the live stream. Okay. Bye.